Trump drops bombshell. Dinar and Dong RV by July. Massive RV alert. Iraqi Dinar latest news, with an intro for your channel RV News. Written in paragraph form and without headings. Welcome back to RV News, your go-to destination for everything related to the Iraqi Dinar, Vietnamese Dong, and the much-anticipated global currency reset. If you're holding on to these currencies, you might want to buckle up, because today's update is one of the biggest we've covered yet. Former President Donald J. Trump has just dropped a political and financial bombshell that's echoing across both the currency revaluation community and international markets. The question everyone is now asking is, could we really see the revaluation of the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong before the end of July? We're diving deep into this stunning development, the implications behind Trump's comments, and what this could mean for your Dinar and Dong holdings. So stay tuned, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's unpack what could be the most significant RV signal we've seen in years. Earlier this week, in what appears to be a carefully orchestrated media appearance during his campaign event, Donald Trump made a bold reference to currency reforms being activated in regions where America once had strong influence. While he didn't mention Iraq or Vietnam by name, sources close to his financial advisory team say that his remarks were in fact a veiled nod to the long-speculated return to a gold-backed system for certain currencies, specifically the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong. This has sent shockwaves through both the political sphere and the global financial markets. Traders, economists, and currency holders alike are scrambling to understand the full scope of what Trump's comments could mean. What makes this even more credible is that, according to insider reports, multiple U.S. Treasury officials were in meetings with Middle Eastern counterparts just days before Trump's statement. These meetings, reportedly held in Dubai and Riyadh, included representatives from Iraq's Ministry of Finance, members of the Central Bank of Iraq, and key figures from the Gulf Cooperation Council. This is a significant clue. Iraq has been steadily aligning its monetary policies with GCC standards and actively working toward de-dollarization, moving away from dependency on the US dollar. A currency revaluation now seems less like speculation and more like a deliberate move that is strategically timed and globally coordinated. The Vietnamese Dong, too, has been gaining traction. Over the past 6 months, Vietnam has implemented massive structural reforms in its banking sector, pushed aggressive trade deals with BRICS nations, and begun openly discussing the use of digital currency frameworks. There's increasing speculation that the Vietnamese Dong could be realigned or even re-pegged to gold, or a basket of stable commodities. Some economists say this would result in a sharp and sudden increase in the value of the Dong, possibly overnight. If Trump's team is aware of this movement, and the timing aligns with U.S. political momentum, it could be part of a wider strategy to project economic strength and reform global currency manipulation mechanisms. Another major indicator pointing toward a July RV is the flurry of activity happening at global financial institutions. Sources from within Wells Fargo, Chase, and even HSBC have quietly confirmed that their foreign currency desks have been training staff on procedures for high-volume exotic currency exchanges. Now, if you're not familiar with the term, exotic currencies generally refers to lower volume, non-major currencies like the IQD and VND. This training surge is reportedly connected to protocols for handling large redemption events. Several high-net-worth individuals who hold sizable amounts of dinar and dong have received soft alerts from their private wealth managers, encouraging them to prepare documentation and establish foreign currency trust accounts. That level of preparation isn't normal unless something big is expected to happen, and soon. Digging even deeper, leaked documents from within the IMF and World Bank, although unverified, suggest that at least 5 nations are expected to experience a currency harmonization before Q3 of this year. Iraq and Vietnam are listed among these nations. In past reports, Trump has been critical of the IMF and World Bank's handling of currency valuations, accusing them of favoring certain economies while suppressing the wealth potential of developing nations. His administration previously floated the idea of a reset plan in 2019, but it was shelved due to geopolitical tensions. Now, with a new election cycle underway and Trump positioning himself as a financial reformer, it's entirely plausible that he's reviving this old plan as a campaign promise with insider support and global coordination already in motion. What makes this even more explosive is the rumored contract rates. Sources in private banking groups and elite currency forums are now whispering about potential structured redemption packages. One source suggests the contract rate for the Iraqi dinar could exceed $3.50, with special private deals reaching as high as $6.10 for the Vietnamese dong. Early chatter points to a potential exchange rate of $1.45 to $2.20 under preferred contract agreements. These are numbers that have never been taken seriously in mainstream financial circles until now. With Trump in the spotlight again, these discussions are rapidly gaining traction. The U.S. military's involvement adds another layer to this unfolding story. Over the past month, several intelligence observers have noted increased activity at former coalition bases in Iraq. This includes infrastructure upgrades, new communication towers, and even cybersecurity enhancements to protect financial servers, reportedly being installed in Baghdad's international green zone. While officials claim these upgrades are part of routine NATO cooperation, many in the RV community suspect these are preparations to secure the dinar's revaluation process and stabilize the region during financial transition. Let's not forget the Central Bank of Iraq itself. Just last week, the CBI released a public statement highlighting their commitment to stabilizing the national economy and reducing inflation. What caught analysts off guard was their announcement that they were reviewing foreign exchange rate structures to better serve the needs of their people and harmonize with global trade standards. That's the kind of diplomatic language typically used before a currency shift. Pair this with their recent introduction of new lower denomination bills, and you have a textbook example of a country prepping for a rate change. Vietnam, on the other hand, has been making headlines for quietly accumulating gold reserves and shifting its trade balance with China. In May alone, the State Bank of Vietnam reported a 300% increase in physical gold purchases, far beyond what's needed for industrial use. Some experts believe this is Vietnam's quiet strategy for backing their currency in preparation for a global realignment. It's also worth mentioning that Vietnamese officials have recently held closed-door talks with Russian and Indian counterparts about establishing bilateral trade agreements outside of the dollar. When countries start talking about de-dollarizing, revaluation often follows close behind. Returning to Trump's bombshell, what does this all mean for you, the everyday currency holder? For starters, we could be mere weeks away from the beginning of redemption activity. While nothing is officially confirmed, all signs are pointing toward a coordinated, structured, and secure rollout of exchange processes. Redemption centers in the U.S. have reportedly been restaffed, and quiet contract renewals for exchange center leases were confirmed in multiple states including Texas, Florida, Nevada, and Arizona. Some insiders say the green light has already been given, and that final rate uploads could occur by July 25th. If that timing holds true, we may see rate adjustments announced globally over the weekend, possibly late at night to prevent market volatility. This mirrors how other major currency changes have been handled in the past, particularly when the Kuwaiti dinar was reinstated decades ago. Overnight rate changes followed by immediate central bank declarations are often the preferred model to ensure a smooth transition. So, what should you do right now? Preparation is key. Make sure your currencies are safely stored. Get in contact with trusted financial advisors. Have multiple exchange scenarios planned out, including contract redemption, street rate options, and private exchanges. Review your documentation, such as receipts and chain of custody records, if you're holding physical currency. And most importantly, stay alert to official announcements from the CBI, the U.S. Treasury, and any notices released through major banks. At RV News, we will continue to monitor this developing situation around the clock. We'll bring you verified updates, cross-checked intel, and trustworthy insights that can help you make the best decisions when the RV window finally opens. Whether you hold a few 100,000 dinar or millions in dong, the next few weeks could be life-changing. Trump's comments weren't just a political play, they were a signal, perhaps even a warning, that the global monetary game is about to shift, and those who are prepared stand to benefit the most. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel, hit that notification bell, and drop a comment below about how you're preparing for the RV. Are you ready to exchange? Do you have your trusted exchange center mapped out? We want to hear your thoughts and experiences. Thank you for tuning into RV News, where we stay AHI.